Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagatmananji's inspiring bestseller Learn to Live, Volume 2, Chapter 3. Incredible but true. There is life after death. This truth is explained in this discussion. Aftermath of death. Since the beginning of time, death has been a source of mystery and anxiety for man. He reflected on it. The attempt to resolve the mystery of birth and death has always been there. What is the experience of dying? What does one experience at the time of death? Is death a matter of unlimited sorrow and suffering to everybody? These have been the obvious queries. Indians believe that a human being is essentially divine, a soul possessing a body. We have a concept of the soul, or Atman, entering into the body, yet existing apart from it. A deathless principle called Jivatma. Is this true? When we say, "He left the world," what do we mean? The saying, "the bird of life has left the cage of the body," is so common. It refers to a relationship between the body and the eternal soul, which is similar to the relationship between us and the house that we live in, or the dress that we put on. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Death is like unsheathing the sword. Soul or Atman, Jivatman, leaves the case in which it was encased. Where does it go then?" Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism are built on the solid foundation of the principle of life after death and the law of karma. The Semitic religions do not believe in the law of karma or succession of lives, but in some way or other they believe that the soul continues to exist even after the death of the body in heaven or hell. Or the doctrines of karma and transmigration of the soul, the foundation of Indian philosophy, really sound. Jagatmananji raises this question: are the doctrines of karma and transmigration of the soul, Punarjanma, the foundation of Indian philosophy, really sound? Are they just a matter of belief? Can modern science prove that they are universal truths? Can an understanding and acceptance of these laws, as that of the law of gravitation, lead to a spirit of harmony among the people of all religions? An attempt is made in this chapter to get an answer to these questions. For the past few years, psychologists and psychiatrists in America and Russia have been conducting investigations into extrasensory perceptions. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross from America is a psychiatrist of international repute. She has almost initiated a revolution in the attitude of doctors, nurses, and relatives towards patients in deathbed. After conducting studies on the subject for almost 10 years, she has published several books about her findings. She has interviewed thousands of patients suffering from various illnesses, including terminal diseases, patients awaiting death, and studied their states of mind while doing so. As a doctor serving for about 25 years, she got interested in the reactions of patients awaiting death. Some patients wailed inconsolably, while others expressed an unprecedented sense of happiness and peace. A few had communication with some unknown beings and could happily announce the day of their departure from the world. For some time, the doctors thought that this feeling could have been induced by some drugs. But even those patients who had not taken any drugs showed such behaviors. The reaction of some patients was very peculiar and indicated the existence of something beyond death too. Dr. Rose declared boldly before the Americans what she thought about the continuation of life after death and triggered a controversy among experts and in the media. Though she had not planned to reveal the findings of her research, in response to a moving question from a mother, she declared, "This is not a matter of belief or opinion. I know beyond a shadow of doubt that there is life after death." This is a very, very important statement made by Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. She declared, "This is not a matter of belief or opinion. I know beyond a shadow of doubt that there is life after death." This is quoted from McGill, August 1976, an American monthly. When the heat of the controversy cooled down a little, a gentleman called Kenneth Woodward met Dr. Kubler-Ross personally and wanted to know more details about the phenomenon of life after death. Dr. Rose narrated to Woodward another significant incident which had not been published so far in any of her books. Here it is, Survived Death. We will be discussing it in our next episode. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.